Oh, hi there. It's Wednesday and it's 2 days before the start of the US Shogi Championship in Los Angeles. And, excitement's building and, I'm ready to go. I'd like to get, like to get a little bit more practice in, but at this point, I don't know if practice is really going to make all that much of a difference. That said, I've been doing Tume and going through some of the play shogi. The timed, if anyone's not familiar with it, PlayShogi.com is a site that has, among other things, puzzle collections ranging from sort of easy mate in ones to mate in threes, or very easy mate in threes to easy mate in threes to slightly easy. Hey Blake, good to see you, Blake Reed 17. Yeah, they've got a bunch of puzzle collections ranging from easy to incredibly difficult, and they offer the ability to track like a time. So one of these collections, say, is 184 mate in threes, and so you press start and the timer is off. No pausing, no anything like that until you're done, until you've solved them all. You just keep plugging away. So I did one today. I think it was the very easy mate in three, and I think I did it around an hour. It took me around an hour. I've done there's 184 in there. There's a Hishi set which has like 50, which I did in, I don't know, 45 minutes or something long, and then the mate in one, which is I think another 50. And I think today I did it in under 5 minutes. The record, on the site is like, it's fast. It's fast. I don't know. Yeah, Play Shogi is nice. Play Shogi has a lot of great content. The software itself I think they'd be the first to admit, like, a little rough. It's of its time. And it doesn't, like, you can't resize the screen, you can't resize the board, at least in any sort of normal way that I've seen. It kind of occupies one thing of the screen, and it doesn't track as many stats as I'd like. I can go on and on, but, like, someone did that, and it's open source, and it's taking, I believe they take PR pull requests, and maybe that's something for the future. But anyway, great resource. Even if it's just doing puzzles. So I've done some of that today, and I was thinking about playing some games, just like usual on Tuesday, on Wednesdays. Some slow, relatively thoughtful shogi, but it's getting tough because I am getting excited. I'm getting ready for Wednesday, or for Friday. I did my laundry, so the laundry is all done. So the stuff that I'll be wearing, hey Rico, my laundry's done. My Shogi Dad t-shirts are ready to go for the weekend. My hoodies are clean, and everything. So that part is ready to go. Tomorrow I'll be picking up the rental car, and I decided somewhat last minute that I'd use a rental car. I've got a great rate on a rental car. And so rather than put the wear and tear from Northern California to Southern California, on one of our cars, I'll just, I'll take the rental, and just hope it has CarPlay when I get to the rental place. So that's that, and then I'm just gonna leave first thing Friday morning. I'm guessing 5:30, between 5:30 and 6 in the morning. I'm just gonna take off. Hopefully get there by like noon. I know the registration is at like 2, but I'm hoping, I just want to give myself a lot of time, to take breaks, to do, go to the bathroom breaks, while taking the trip, gas breaks, to fill up with gas. So I'm hoping to get, I want to be there I want to be there early, even though check-in is at 3. Check-in's at 3, so whatever, I'll go to the registration and just be stuff. Yeah, so you got the suitcase packed. I was just saying that I did my laundry today, picking up the car tomorrow. I'll be cutting my hair tomorrow as well. So just to get that out of the way, just so it not too long. And yeah, I'm just psyched. I'm not sure if you mentioned. I'm so excited. I'm just like not retaining information. What time are you getting into? Like, are you getting in late, or are you going to be in sort of early? I guess that's a long day. Coming from Louisiana, that area, that's going to be a long. Oh, 4:30 is not bad. 4:30 is not bad. Oh, I guess you're getting hours. I guess you're going. I don't know how you'd say it, but sort of like with the time zone. So you're so yeah. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Um, wait. Wow, 4 hour flight. 4 hour. Hey, Magic Based. Yeah. There's a Lee Shogi update. We can talk about that first, actually. Once we're done here. There's a lot in it. Spoiler alert. Not much for me in it, but there's a lot in here. Yeah. So only a 4 hour flight. I would have thought like it would have been like at least a 6 hour flight, and potentially like an all day flight, because you'd have to get not layovers, um, multi hops. That's that's crazy. That's the key. Not getting us so like no stops, the stops, especially now where airlines are in shambles. They're brutal. They're just brutal. And I've had I don't know if I talked about it on stream once, but like I think I did, where I got stuck in Dallas Fort Worth for basically an entire day because a flight just canceled. They just canceled the flight. And yeah, wise decision to get to travel. Like I would do that every time. I would drive further just to get that nonstop. Yeah, like look, I simply will not take another. I will not fly a nonstop at this point. That experience was so bad. That time I was trying to make a quick trip to Florida to see my mom, and like it was a special birthday for my mom, and my brothers were going to be there, and I never made it. I never made it, just because they canceled the flight, and they had no way to get me on another flight. And I was sitting there in the airport thinking, like, is this my life? Do I ever get back? Do I rent a car and drive back to California? It was crazy. Um, Hey, Teos Sentinel, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping into the stream. Glad to see you. This is first I see the first time chat. Thank you. So running 3 laps from the gate. Well, 3 laps from the gate, and DFW. Yeah, you do those laps. And I don't know if it was like this when you had the problems, but like when there are problems and cancellations, the information desks are backed up for hours. Like they were literally backed up, hours long line, and over the phone they're just, it said, your call will be taken in 47 hours. Like I'm not exaggerating. It was surreal. So best of luck with your nonstop flight. I'm really glad to hear that you got a nonstop, because stress level wise, just reliability level wise, yeah. So that'll be good. That'll be good. So you'll be there later. So you're not gonna meet up at the airport and like share an Uber or Lyft or whatever. You're going to, or yeah. All right. Oh man. Just getting. I'm getting excited. I'm way too excited for it. Unreasonably. I'm going to, on Friday night, I'll be walking straight into the brick wall of reality as I just lose game after game after game. But like, I imagine I'm just going to be having a blast. One of your non-shogi friends. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Are they going to be hanging out, or are they going to are they going to watch? I wonder like what the situation is, because someone at the SF club had mentioned like there might not be spectators unless they pay, or it's I don't know what to expect. I have no idea what to expect. Like I'm guessing it's going to be a relatively small community center. I don't know. I really don't know. I just can't wait. I just can't wait for the Friday night. Honestly. Okay, just getting you to the. Oh, so he's going to get both of you to the hotel. Cool, cool. So you are going to, like, I guess Time Zombie's going to wait. That'll be cool. Just hang out in the airport. I think LA. I mean, LAX is rough, but I think it's got some nice food and beverage options, so that might be good. Oh man. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. And my Shogi Wars voice actress is going to be there on Friday night, so I'm looking forward to meeting her, and just looking forward to meeting a lot of people, and then getting that central rook on the board. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. That's the thing. Yeah, I think it'll feel real for me, exactly like when I get in this car to drive out there. I think that'll be it. And yeah, I'm hope the directions say it'll be like 5.5, 6 hours. So hopefully it won't be much more than that, including stopping and whatnot. So, it's going to be good. It is going to be good. But as I was saying before, like, I don't know how much better I can get by any of this practice. I'm going to play, I did my Tsume, did a bunch of Tsume, on PlayShogi.com, and some mate challenges on Shogi Quest, and the one puzzle. I'm not going to say my last, but quite possibly my last Lee Shogi puzzle. That might be it. That might be the straw that broke the camel's back. The misclick on the second move of the puzzle. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, the hard part of this puzzle was the first move. So once you see that first move, then the rest sort of, I'd like to say, sort of naturally flows. So I made that first move, read it out, made the first move, and then I don't know why I do Lee Shogi puzzles on the trackpad, because this is like the third or fourth time that this has happened, where when I have to drag across the screen, inevitably at some point in there, like, I must slightly lift up on the trackpad and drop, and yeah, it just dropped in the wrong square, and boom. -62 points. That's basically 2 months of perfect daily puzzles to get those points back, just to get those points back. So what we need now that your video, now that the Shogi House video about the level 1 Lee Shogi bot got so much traction and they fixed that, now you need a video about, warning, LeeShogi.org puzzles. They're punishing if you get one wrong. Oh man, yeah, agreed about the daily puzzles. And I do think, and I think Chess.com does it, but like, I think there needs to be some consideration for getting part of the thing right, especially the first move. So I don't know. It's puzzles, but I can't help myself. But what's also weird is that presumably these are using the same sort of Glico 2 rating, and like, this puzzle was over 1900. This puzzle was over 1900. I was 2397 at the time. So like, the puzzle was pretty. I thought the puzzle was pretty hard. And I thought, maybe this one will take me back to 2400, because maybe I'll get 3 points, because this is a pretty hard one. Like, I thought it was tricky, but then anything is tricky when you misclick in the middle of the second move. But yeah, so even though there was only I guess, less than a 500 point difference between my rating and the puzzles rating. I lost 62 points. That's just, oh boy, maybe playing, maybe someone who's 2400 loses 62 points against a 1900. I don't know. But it's demoralizing. It's just it doesn't need to be that. It doesn't need to be like that, especially since ratings don't matter. Kind of. I don't know. I can convince myself of like all the arguments. So I don't know, and maybe that's just a sign that they should just leave it. But that's just a lot of points. All right. So I guess, going through this here, we got this big update. As far as I'm concerned, this big update is the level 1 Lichess, Shogi bot. That's the big news, is that the level 1 is now sort of reasonable. Although, to be fair, I never had a problem with the level 1 Lee Shogi bot. Never once did I have a problem with it. And in fact, on stream, the last time I played it, I beat it in 33 moves. So I never had a problem with it. I thought it was easy. Just full disclosure. Just don't watch the stream from 2 days prior, or the stream from 4 days prior to that stream, because other things happen there. But anyway, I think that was the big change. I think Rico brought very nice visibility to it in a thoughtful presentation that I can't help but think influenced this. So thank you for that. It's not a big deal for a lot of us, other than the fact that we want to see we send beginners to Lee Shogi, and we want to feel good about sending beginners to Lee Shogi. So here's this insights feature. This is similar to I think what Chess.com has and Lichess, where they kind of build statistics based on how you play. So they create a bunch of metrics and track them against all your games. So you can, as you see in this screenshot, look at variance, the color you played, you see your win rate. You look at your, like it says here, your outcomes, your moves, the times, opponents, analysis, custom. It sounds like a lot. Honestly, I think this is great. I mean, this is great work, but I think a lot of this is preparation work. I think this is preparation for I think, I see this because it's actually not all that useful. I looked at mine. There's almost nothing I can gather from here, unless I'm missing something. There's almost nothing I gather from this about my game. There's nothing that's going to help me, but this is like a great first step in being able to do that kind of stuff. So major kudos. Looks great. It's impressive. It's storing this data, and I think we're going to start in future updates seeing some useful stuff. And I have to believe, or I have to hope, that some of the work that's being done in this is going to also go into what would be the opening explorer for the analysis board. So I've talked about that before on Lichess. They have that where you click an opening move and it shows games from the site, from Lichess, or from that it's imported into its database. So you could see, I could push, as Sente, I could push my pawn to 5-6 and see, okay, here's the win rate. Here's the win rate for this position. And then, say the opponent pushes 5-4, to indicate that they're going to do a dual central rook. And all of a sudden, the percentages change, and you'll find sample games from there. Lee Shogi, or PlayShi.com, which I mentioned earlier on the stream, they have this. But their Kifu database is tiny. It's tiny. And for a central rook player, pro games are kind of useless unless you get Satomi games, and they don't have Satomi games. But now that the whole Kifu thing has opened up to the world, and they're no longer copywritten, I think these types of opening explorer things at Play Shogi, at Lee Shogi, I think they're going to explode. I think this feature, I'm hoping that this feature will just sort of pave the way for that, because that's one of the holy grails for me in terms of study. Finding games that had this position in it. I love that stuff. I when I review my lines, if I hit a position that I haven't seen before, basically my options are, to think about it, think about it, and then run the engine to see like what the engine thinks about some of these things. And then sort of pick the one that I think I can play or I would like to play. So, it's this engine guided sort of opening repertoire building, which is how they would do it in chess and otherwise. But as I've said before, my lines start with Fukuma, Satomi games. And when I deviate from that, that's when I go into the engine. But like the pro games are so limited, there's not much variety in there. But if we see Dan level games or, high Dan level games, that's stuff we can learn from. That's stuff that I can, I won't say we, I'll say I can learn from those. And always with my openings, when I'm studying openings, I'm looking for ideas. I'm not necessarily looking to memorize the lines. I'm looking for ideas of what I should be thinking about, what sort of tactics are going to be involved, all that kind of stuff. So, maybe I'm pinning too many hopes on this, this insights, but I do think that features like insights pave the way to that opening explorer, which I would love. And then, so scrolling up here, we get to sort of updates about presets. Let me make sure I can still see this in here. So this isn't really, it's a functional change, but it's not really a change to how we play on Lee Shogi. This lets you quickly set up and request a rated game of a particular time control. It still goes through the lobby. It's not matchmaking. We don't have enough players on Lee Shogi for matchmaking yet. So what this does, you click the 3-0 bullet. It's going to create a game in the lobby just instantly, a rated game, asking for that time control, and then someone can join it. So, it's not that difficult to create a game normally. So, this isn't on the surface. This isn't a big deal. On the surface, this isn't a big deal. But for one, I think it's prep for future stuff. For when we do get more players, we'll have matchmaking. Also, I think that bucketizing by these popular timings, even though I don't particularly love these timings, quite honestly. Like I would have better. I don't want to say better. I would have different defaults here. Like I would have a 1530 or a 1560. I would not have a 30-0, a 30-0 or a 5-0. Those to me are not like those. I don't see people playing those. I don't see people playing those very often in shogi. So I think these can use some tweaking, but regardless, anything that's going to get people, with a limited player pool, if you get people sort of funneled into a smaller set of options, then it's more likely that you'll find something similar to what you like. And so that's my thinking. So I think this is a good change. I think this is another one of these changes that's more prep for the future, but I think it's a good change. I think it's a good change. And then the check mark, in case you're wondering, it means ready to play, that you can immediately jump into a game. So like these are bot games or correspondence. So there are people waiting. There's the bots waiting all the time, or someone waiting for a correspondence game. Presumably, if someone was in the lobby waiting for a 3-0, there'd be a check there, and you would just click it. So that's nice. That's a really. I don't think Lee Chess does that. I don't think Lee Chess doesn't need to, but that's a really thoughtful idea. More about these lobbies layouts. So there's layout changes. I think this is the change that every streamer probably looks at and goes, I'm gonna have to change my layouts. And sure, yeah, I did, but not because I had to. Not because I had to. So, the default layout is still the same. I believe it looks to me like the default layout is still the same, and I think they're calling it compact. I think they're calling that the compact layout. There's also another move. They got rid of one of the old moves. I can't remember what it's called, but there's one called small move, and although I think this is a different section here. So the layout, they're talking about the editor. All right. Well, let's. So these are fixes. We'll talk about those other layout changes later when we get to description of that. So the editor, I briefly changed. It feels like it's nicer. And just looking at this screenshot, it looks great. It looks great. I think there's still some confusing things like the garbage bin and whatnot, but like getting used to it, I think should be pretty straightforward. It's nice. It's nice. I like it more than the Shogi Wars editor, for example, which I constantly struggle with on stream. But I'm not a big editor person, so I can't really comment here. I don't do much of this. I'm not editing these things much. I'm creating variations based on existing positions. I'm not necessarily creating new ones from scratch. So this is limited use to me, but it's a feature that people love and need. I saw your comment. I saw your comment in the Discord, Rico, where you said basically that. And that made me feel really good. Because I know, there's editors are tough, and the people that make them, like, we have these tools so that people that want to make puzzles or edit positions can quickly do it. And double clicking to change the pieces would be nice. And I bet with that feedback, I have to believe that's going to be in the next, update. Because that is good. Once I learned about that in Shogi Wars, I like it. I'm moving around a little better than I used to, but it just had a little bit of a learning curve. Some features also, the export and import, you can now go back and forth between positions using arrow keys. That's nice. So ShogiNet, this is the thing that runs the analysis and runs the bots. Some lower level changes that, and the big one here. So, the major thing that I've been asking for a while on Lee Shogi is Tsume Storm, which is that mode where you start with easy puzzles and you've got 3 minutes, you start with easy puzzles and you just keep going. And each one you get right, you get progressively harder. So, to get your high score. I love that stuff. It's what's called Mate Run on Shogi Quest. It's Puzzle Storm on Lichess. It's Puzzle Rush. Wait, Puzzle Rush on... I think it's Puzzle Rush on Chess.com. I can't believe... I can't remember what it is, what it's called on Puzzle. But that's what I want on the Shogi. And I've discussed this with the Lee Shogi crew. And the reason that they don't have that is because they simply don't have enough puzzles yet at the wide spectrum of users. I thought they did. I mean, they seem to have so many. But anyway, they say they don't. But this will allow them to in the future, so that every time a game is analyzed now, it's going to also be looking for these puzzle positions. I thought it already did this, but apparently it doesn't. So now it's going to start doing that. So now you play a game on Lee Shogi, you're potentially contributing to the puzzle database, which is awesome, just awesome. And here's the big AI difficulty change, which we already talked about. Thanks to Rico for making it, making it known, and or spreading the news, and the analysis that some bug fix. I've seen this before. There's this adjourn. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know if it's for regular shogi or just Chu Shogi, where you can adjourn games. That's not, again, cool feature, not for me. Don't care, but it's nice to see that features like this are being developed if people actually use them. It's there's always a battle especially in a small software project of doing things that are wasteful versus doing things that are useful, or scratching your own itch and all this kind of stuff. This feels like those games that someone must have asked for, someone must have really cared about, or maybe the developer actually cares about Chu Shogi or cares about this, and made this really nice move. I don't know if anyone has this feature. Any other shogi sites? I don't know of any other shogi site or any other Go site or what. I don't think any chess sites have sealed moves. So really cool. Oh, so magic based. The double click change piece. So, yeah. So I you don't even need to say asking for a friend. I know why you're asking. So what happens is, if you are in, I'll bring up Shogi Wars. I'll bring up Shogi Wars to show you here. I don't know how this is going to show up on stream without switching to my layout. But we'll go into one of these games. And here we are at the board. So if I double click a piece, it will promote it. Oh, wait, actually, no, I have to get into the editor. Sorry. So I'm in the editor now. If I double click a piece, it's going to promote it. I double click it again, it's going to turn to the other side. Double click it again, it's going to go to promoted, and then it's going to flip again. So each double click changes, it promotes, and then it flips, and then it promotes, and then it flips. So if you've seen, there's some YouTube videos out there of people like showing mates and showing, teachers basically, there's some content, and I noticed it. I think it was Age, but it might have been someone else who was using their editor. Yeah, it was Age because it was the Oniguma video. But anyway, these people are blazing through this UI. All you hear click, and they're just like moving, changing and moving pieces all over. So like a pro user is going to just be going nuts for a feature like that. So that's what that does. That's what that feature is. And I think it's one of those where once you get it, it just clicks. So I think the Elite Shogi guy will probably add that right away. So anyway, yeah, we got that. Then we've got Czech Shogi, which is a variant, and I'm kind of vocal in my dislike of not dislike, but little vocal in my frustration over variants and stuff like that, because I feel like our shogi community is small enough as it is that we don't need to split it more amongst variants. And I guess it's possible that some of these Czech shogi or Chu shogi or Kyoto shogi or whatever, it's possible these people wouldn't be playing the main game anyway, and so it doesn't really dilute the pool or take away, split the pool. I don't know. If people like this and people seem to be excited about this one, but then again, in the chess world, I see anytime someone, a new variant comes out, people get excited about it, and then a week later, it's a ghost town, with tumbleweed rolling across the street. I'm guessing this is going to be the same. No one's going to care about this. No one's going to care about this. No one's going to care about Chu shogi. It's a feature. It's a feature. Maybe someone likes it. I know that the Lee Chess developers are very careful about this because, they're not even to like, I support them in this, but like they're not they get a lot of variant requests. That's the thing about running open source projects. You get a lot of requests, and a lot of requests from people who aren't necessarily all that invested in the requests. They're just making requests, but, that's why, like, Anyway, I won't derail. So the Lee Chess people, like I've heard on podcasts where they talk about how they had added some variants, but those variants, they become something, a constant maintenance burden. So if you're not a software developer, this might not make sense, but any feature you add becomes sort of a constant maintenance burden in the present and into the past. So anytime you want to make a change to the site, you sort of have to think about all these features and how those changes impact each feature. So the more variants you have, the more potential you have for just breakage anytime you do an update. Obviously, you can try to write your software to be cognizant of that, but it's tough. It's just tougher. And when you have a big distributed development team or a small development team, it's hard. And so Lee Chess, I think, has gone onto the other side now, where they're very, very, they have to have a very strong reason to add a variant nowadays, from what I understand of how they've discussed it on podcasts. And Chu seems to have it has some adherence. It seems to be decently active. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of the usernames I see playing Chu shogi on Lee Shogi are not the users I see playing real shogi, what I call real shogi. So I don't mind. Like I only mind because I feel it takes away development from the features that I care about. So as a selfish person, and as a selfish person and as a selfish patron of the arts here, giving my $5 or $10, or I don't even know what I give every month here. It's like I want to see the stuff that I care about, and I don't want to see this other, this other garbage. Effectively, I'm joking, but like, that's just the way it is. And hopefully, maybe it'll help grow shogi. And Olakaze, hi, welcome. As you say, chess doesn't have that many traditional variants. There are a lot of, though chess has. I mean, I see there's that Fog of War. There's 3 Czech. There's Fischer Random. There's Atomic Chess. There's Duck Chess. There's Bug House. There's Crazy House. There's I feel like I'm at least missing one. I feel like I'm at least missing one there. But like chess.com, there's 4-player chess. Like chess.com has tons of variants. Lee Shogi, I think, has a bunch of variants. More than I've seen in shogi, but then again, maybe not, because I really don't pay attention to them in shogi, just because I think they're kind of not good. Oh, variants with a long history. Yeah, that's fair. I see. I didn't read to the end of your question or end of your statement. That is fair. That's fair. Yeah, some of these shogi variants. Some of these shogi tangential or shogi adjacent games are they have long and rich histories, and they're legitimate games on their own, and I don't want to poo-poo them or whatever. It's just I don't care about them, and I want to see more development on the stuff that I like. It's selfish. It's selfish on my part. I think that's sort of how I feel on it, Rico. So the thing is, it would be a lot easier for me to be all right with the variants if they would fix my piece set. If they would fix that piece set. It's the thing that I whine about every time I talk about Lee Shogi. These pieces are lined up at the bottom. These pieces are not. Like, these are my pet problems. These are how I want to see Lee Shogi improved. Fix this, and then we'll talk about Chu Shogi and Czech Shogi and Kyoto Shogi and Mini Shogi and all these other things. Yeah. and Sume Storm. So I am so excited about them getting the puzzles from the analysis, because that tells me that we're probably going to have Sume Storm in the future. Piece sets and board theme. Whatever. I'm not going to comment on these. Because I don't care about these variants, and I really dislike almost every international set that I've ever seen. And I see, there's Wood Alternative by Olakaze. Let's see what this is, though. What is this? This is a board theme. I mean, I'm happy with my custom sort of this is my I chose a custom color for this to sort of match the vinyl board. That's why I use this, and it has nice contrast, and it's sort of, to me, it looks good in dark mode where it's not too bright, especially on my phone. So I use this color. But let's check out Olakaze's. What am I doing? Board theme. So I've got my custom theme. This is a wood alternative. That sounds like, okay, so what is this though? What is that? This sort of looks like that old style floor shogi board wood. I had one of these. I had bought it from a Japanese folk store once, and a folk craft store, where it's not Kaya. It's not Kaya, but I know a lot of these were made. So interesting. Is that what you were going for? I'm curious. That looks nice, and it's got a good contrast. I love mine. I love this vinyl board, but I could see myself using this one. Like this one doesn't have a high enough contrast, and it looks to me, this looks more like chess grain. Obviously not colored squares. This is just too bright for dark mode. The rest of I assume this is Kaya. Is this? I'm blocking the layout. This, I'm guessing, is Kaya. I'm hovering it. Oh yes, it's Kaya wood. Yeah. this is, it is closer to Kaya, but I think this is bad for dark mode. This is nice. This is a really nice dark mode wood that actually looks like a board that I used to have. Well, this these boards, I think for me, I think they must have been made in a period where they must be of their time, because I have seen a lot of them online. I've seen a lot of them like for auction online, for sale online. I found mine obviously at this Japanese craft store, and I had got a nice piece set with it, like a nice, I think it's boxwood, the piece set. I'll have to show it sometime. It's I think she called it the Shorikai. I don't remember. But yeah, mine was warped. So mine was slightly warped, and so I gave it to that 8-year-old kid from Japan, because he didn't have a board, like he didn't have a floorboard, so like it was very slightly, like it was just very slightly warped. Like you really couldn't tell unless you sort of knew. Yeah, and I gave it to him, and he loved it. He's got a floor shogi board now, and really cool. So it's that darker grain, so it's not quite as nice to me as like my spruce. I've got the 9-centimeter spruce floorboard, which is sort of the low end of the nice floorboards. But it's not as nice as Kaya. And anyway, I like this. I think this would be good. I think this would be good as dark mode. I'm going to stick with mine because I just love this vinyl look. It makes me feel like I'm playing sort of at the club or whatever. But yeah, so your sentimentality for Chu comes from the fact that you feel bad that it never really took off despite all the effect. Oh, George Hodges put into promoting it. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I wonder why he did. Like, why is it, if you don't like drops? Because Chu doesn't have drops, right? It's more similar to chess. It's got some stronger pieces than shogi. I could see that. I could understand not liking drops, and I can understand thinking that the regular shogi pieces are too weak. I definitely understand that. If you want a little more dynamic game, that where the dynamicism comes more from the geometry like chess than it does from the drops. I could see that. But it has one of those problems. I think from the little I know about Chu Shogi, the problem I have with it is the same problem I have with Go. It just takes too long. It just takes too long to play. So the lion is the lion similar to the queen? So it's a very dynamic piece, if I'm understanding correctly, right? Or it's not the combination of the knight and the rook, or what is the lion? Oh, it moves like a king twice per turn. Oh. So it's shogi-like in that it's slow, but it's also really powerful. That would be crazy. I would not like that if I was building an Onaguma. Now as an Onaguma fan, I don't like that piece. I don't like the lion. I don't want anything that can zag in. What do you mean you can't trade them? Why can't you? What do you mean you can't trade them? I thought Chu Shogi didn't have trades, period. I thought Chu Shogi was like, one and done like chess. Wait. How would they be able to capture from long distance anyway if they can only move 2 squares? I'm curious. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I do not know much about Chu Shogi at all. So yeah, this in local evaluation, other changes. So, we're down to the sort of the miscellaneous stuff, but, a local evaluation, choose whether to consider impasse. Great stuff. The highest defeated AI levels listed in the profile page, starting from now. So, this parentheses here, I was excited, and then I got that parentheses. It's like, oh, come on. I've got that scalp. I've got that level 1 shogi scalp, 33 move miniature. They call those sort of like those little short games for study in chess. They call them miniatures. My little miniature, against level 1 shogi, Lee Shogi bot. It's only going to be saved if someone digs through my games played. Let's see, other stuff that I don't necessarily care about. Fix importing endgame status of a game. So I'm very hopeful, because a lot of times, so games that we have at the East Bay Shogi Club recorded in PO Shogi, or from I think Shogi Club 24, I don't recall. A lot of these games, they come in and there's no end. They're just it'll say like, I don't remember what it says. There's no end. So I am hoping that this was just a bug in Lee Shogi's importer, and they fixed it. That would be awesome. It would also be nice. I don't know if the editor can do this. I've never found a way in game to just resign. Like if I've imported a game and I'm going through the Kifu, I don't see a way to just add a resignation or add a timeout. Like it's kind of frustrating, and I've never found it, and I've looked. So anyway, this will be good. Fix links for creating games from custom positions. Yeah, it doesn't impact me, but that's good. Fix pre-moves. Oh, the correspondence, and then new language. This is all good stuff. Not for me, but it's good stuff. Evaluation cache for variance. Good stuff. Not for me. Firefox, no. Remove views from forum topic. I don't know what that is. Standard shogi icon. Change standard shogi icon. Interesting. I wonder what it was. Selectable leaderboard rated. Okay. Yeah, so the leaderboard changes. Not that big a deal, but nice as we get more players. And then a bunch of CSS tweaks, backend changes. Yeah. So, all in all, I think that, any improvement is a good improvement. I'm just glad that the developer is still doing work. I'm glad that the team is alive. I'm glad that the site is still working. I love Lee Shogi. Yes, there is that one visual bug that I don't like, but yeah, I love Lee Shogi, and use it every single day. And it's good stuff. But anyway, back to the talk about streamers. Anytime now, I know how other streamers feel when things change. When someone moves the cheese a little bit. So all of a sudden I was terrified. Like this afternoon, I'm like, oh gosh, are all my layouts going to be messed up? So will I not be able to play on Lee Shogi tonight? Because my OBS layouts will be messed up. The default, it looks to me like the default has not changed. The default has not changed for the layout, but there is a new added layout that's called small moves. And so what it basically is here, let me switch into my new layout. So, I am very slow at these layouts and trying to get them pixel perfect and everything that I like. And I find things that I miss later on, or pixel perfect as much as I can. I've got this. And so the difference here, I guess first into my differences for my layout, I moved my camera up and increased the chat. Just like the other stuff that's left now with this small moves layout is just moves and like buttons to go back and forth. So kind of wasted, just wasted as far as a viewer would care. So I expanded that out. The small moves. So one of the things that does though is the small moves layout. It moves the name and the time and the clock, to here. To above and below the board, whereas before they were on the side. So that's why I had a smaller, like the camera was down and the chat was smaller, so that you could still see the names of the players. no longer required, no longer required. Yeah, I could have done that with some other magic, OBS magic, but as it is, this is all right. The bottom is slightly clipped. It's like this beta. If only this beta, if only this beta part, I could get rid. If they get rid of that beta, then I'd be able to bump the page up a little more and then give like 1 or 2 more lines of pixels at the bottom. But anyway, I'm going to stick with this for now, and I'm kind of happy with it. Kind of happy with it. Like it'll be interesting to see, like, when playing, is this clock enough for me? I think it will be. And it doesn't really change all that much about the analysis board. So I just had to make sure that the analysis here, retains the evaluation bar, and it looks all right, and yada da da da. So that's all. That's all. The layout change, and I noticed that the small moves layout didn't really impact the analysis board, where the analysis is still, it's this little, the name and the time. So it's like a tab instead of the full game, which shows, the bar across, including ratings. So, interesting stuff. Yeah. The mobile app, I'm sure there will be eventually. It'd be cool. It'd be nice. I think I would use those more for, watching games. I don't know, but Lee Shogi doesn't really have that many games worth watching being played at all times. So, it'd be limited use for me. Like the Lee Chess app is really nice for watching, but it's way out of date in terms of the features. So like watching broadcasts or watching or doing proper doing Puzzle Storm or any of the newer puzzle stuff. Like I think the ratings in the puzzles are like messed up in the app. But it's a great mobile UI. It's a great mobile web app. So it's fine. So I just use the mobile app. I just use the mobile web version of Lee Chess and Lee Shogi, and I think they're both fine. They're both fine. Lee Chess is better than Lee Shogi in that regard, but it's fine. They have a new mobile app in development, right? It's not been released yet, I think. Has it? If it has, then it's only been in the past month, I think. And I haven't gotten an update notice, so maybe it's a new name. But I didn't even see any news. I know there was one in development. I haven't seen one on the App Store. That's been a long time ago. Yeah, the beta. Okay, so the beta, yeah. Which yeah, I guess you have to... I don't know what hoops you have to jump through to get that installed onto a phone. But I'm somewhat excited for that. I'm pretty focused on shogi these days, but yeah, that's always good because I do like doing my chess puzzles. I definitely do. So anyway, that's the update. Let's see while I'm here. If I could get a game. 15:30. That's fine. Casual. Just I'll ask. Oh, here's a 510's a little fast for me. Let's see. So I'm in my new layout using this what's called the small moves in the preference. I think it's called small moves. If I go check it, it's gonna small moves. Yeah, there's default, compact. Oh, I'm using compact. Okay, so small. Oh, so I'll have to rename my layout. But anyway, I guess small moves must have been the default. Compact is the new, I guess. Because that look is new with the with the name above and below, I think. It's Daily Classical Arena, no one's in there. Getting excited for that tournament. I am really getting excited for the tournament. I've got to remember just to bring it. I've got to remember to bring my stuff. Got to remember to bring my shogi boards. Got to remember to bring the vinyl. I'll bring my faux leather board from Aoyama Goban 10. Bring my plastic pieces. Bring my wood pieces. Bring my clocks. I'll probably be bringing. I'll be bringing 2 Meijin Sens and maybe 2 or 3 Nekomato clocks, just in case one breaks. or 2 breaks or 3 breaks or 4 breaks, then I'll still be set. And assuming no one else has clocks, so I'll be set. I'll be set for clocks. Yeah, that should be fun. Oh, one thing I did want to do before driving out on Friday, I wanted to refresh my memory of some programming the Meijin Sen, making sure I can quickly navigate that thing. I think, I love having the Meijin Sen talk the timer, but I think people will be playing with the beeps. So I'll just have to, I'll have to figure that out, just because over the board in SF this past weekend, I played on someone's a DGT clock, a DGT chess clock that supported Yoyomi, and it was different enough. It's amazing. So like, it was different enough from the Nekomato DGT and from the Meijin Sen, or the Japanese style. There's a Meijin Sen, and there's, I think, an older Meijin Sen. They're both blue. But anyway, the DGT, the timing at which it started the beeps, and then the way it made the beeps, was different enough that my mind was just not processing it right. So I think it probably might take me a couple games just to get used to it. But I want to make sure that the Meijin Sen is what I am expecting, like close to that Nekomato style. I think it is, because we use them at SF. But yeah, it's weird how that works. It's weird how that works. It ended up, because my brain was not quite hearing the sound figuring out the time properly, the timing of the beeps. I was also starting to not press the clock. It was weird. It was just it's like a cascading effect of being slightly different, causing me to be a little confused in my head, to being a lot confused in my motion of just pressing the clock. So weird, but all right. Maybe no one wants to play on Lee Shogi, and that's fine. That's fine. I'll close that up. Let's go to Shogi Club 24. Let's do some Shogi Club 24. I'll switch over my scene there. Hopefully this is still all right. Okay, so we got that. And I'm going to just ask for some games. Short 2, that's fine. Get going. I've played Mayu.jump before. Played Mayu.jump on stream. Kiyohira, you're waiting for a resumed game? Good luck. Good luck, my friend. I've been there. I think someone probably just left your game. This Shogi Club 24. Just some of these sites, I swear. Oops. Let's get, more people. Make sure I've got my time. Okay, Haru 2003, I will play you. Yes, I will agree. Opponent start. Onegaishimasu. Okay, it's Shogi Wars opening. I mean, obviously it's not a Shogi Wars opening, but... Oh. Okay. So what's that about? What is that about? What is that early sort of vanguard? I'll do this. I'll do this just because why not? Oh, he moved. Okay. I did not see that. Okay. Get this up. Okay. I'm going to do this just because this always scares me. Okay. Did I miss? Am I too slow on this? So this is another little like sort of static. I don't want to call it a gimmick, but this is a little static trick that I need to watch out for. Interesting. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Um, and I just gave them promotion and a horse. Okay. So fascinating. You know, I've played over 1,000 games of shogi, and I still get hit by this nonsense. I still get like these moves that all of a sudden, you know, these static rook moves that sort of end me almost immediately. I mean, I'm hosed. I'm dead. I'm literally dead. There's nothing I can do. I don't think. Is there any defense here? Like, yeah, boy. It's yeah, the bishop, that bishop pullback, I usually see it with the silver come up. I'm just going to resign. I don't see it. I'm done. Like I'm baked. This one, like this is just, I'm just trashed. Let's go out. So I guess that's alert. I'm glad. I am so glad that happened. Just on the off chance that would actually happen in the tournament, where someone gets that knight, that bishop out without a silver already there. Like, I'm so used to that bishop backing the silver coming up, but there was no attack over there. So it's one of, like, I used to call, that static rook attack the rite of passage. This one feels like a mini rite of passage, where all of a sudden this attack that doesn't look too rough, all of a sudden you're just dead. You're just dead on that side. Wow. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Man. Lost a bunch of rating for that one. J Tower, no. I'll give him for challenging other. I can't believe I've never run into that before. That seems like it wouldn't be. Yeah, it was a very slow opening on their part. But it seems like people would do that on Shogi Wars. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I can't believe I've never been beaten by that before. Well, I will never be beaten by it again. That's my takeaway. That's my takeaway. It's like this. I build this mental list of like opening traps. I build this little list of opening traps. Each time I get hit by one, it adds to the list. It seems like I can't. It seems like I can't figure these things out on the fly. I have to get beaten by them, at least once for me to actually like remember it and recognize it as a threat. So it could fall apart really fast. I mean, I have to believe. Yeah, I have to believe. Like that was. I think I started taking it. I mean, not that I would have seen it. Not that I would have seen it. Not that I would have. I think detected stop. Not that I would have detected the sort of ferocity of it in real time, but I was already kind of in. Like, oh, this person doesn't even know how to do like openings kind of mode, which is just killer for me. I can't underestimate people just because they play something obscure. Like that's ludicrous, and especially in a game like Shogi, where the opening just, outside of not losing flat out in the opening like I just did, you know, the opening is just not as important. All right, let's get in there. So I am, what is my rating now? 222. Oh, that's a lucky number. That's good. Then I'm glad I lost. I'm glad I lost because 222 is good. I played Big Whale. I played my U.Jump, but they're, you know, they're not looking for two, you know, fast two. I think studies have statistically shown that players with dashes in their names are sandbaggers on Shogi Club 24, but I'm not sure. Let's go for it. So why aren't they challenging me? That's the question. That's the question. I will try to challenge this player. I greet and I start. It feels interesting to be back on Shogi Club 24. Oh, okay. Let's do this. All right. So what does that mean? Coming over here? He's going to go opposing? Doing it. We're doing it.
10秒
Doing Millennium. At least what I perceive to be a Millennium. Oh gosh, I gave this whole board up. Okay, so I'm playing terribly today. I give this whole board up to be dropped.
10秒 20秒
Right? Oof. Okay, so I am I'm not even looking at the board. All right, let's I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Okay. So I'm going to start coming up. I'm going to start. No, I'm not. Also not good. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. MWM Seattle. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I am wondering if you're in any way sort of a cohort of Shogi Explained / Time Zombie. Okay, there it is. That's what I was waiting for. This is what I was waiting for. I gave it up. I gave it up. Okay, so I need to settle down. Boy, I hope I don't play like this on Friday.
20秒 1 2
Look at this. Look at this board here. Look how wide open this is.
10秒
Ah, yes, you saw him at the Seattle Shogi Club. Awesome. Awesome.
10秒
All Okay. Okay. Boy. Maybe it was a bad idea to play shogi today. Maybe it was a bad idea. Woof. What is okay? So these two games, these are. Did I not want to play casual games tomorrow? Oh, hey, Shogi explained.
20秒。1、2、3、4、5、6。
Are you going to the tournament, MWM Seattle?
$10秒。20秒。1、10秒。
So I am in a real tough spot here.
20秒。1、2。
Boy, is this what happens when I take one day off of I didn't play a match yesterday at all. Is this what happens?
10秒。10秒。10秒。
Okay. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Let's resign this game. This is another rough one.
10秒。
I hope I don't get banned for oh no. I was going to say I hope I don't get banned for sandbagging. But obviously not. Shogi Club 24 doesn't care about sandbagging. I do want to greet, and I do want to open this up. Let's copy this in. Let's copy this Kifu just as a record here. What's well, this is terrifying to my confidence right now. This is terrifying. Those are the two worst games I played on stream. Period. Okay. Yeah, that's exciting. That's what made you come back. I'm curious. What made you come back to shogi after that time? There's what we play on some like there's an East Bay shogi club out here in Northern California that meets on Sundays. And a couple weeks ago, someone mentioned that he had been playing Go in the 60s, so quite a bit further than 30 years. But they were playing in the 60s. And was thinking about coming back and playing some like at the local club, but didn't play online at all. But that was Go. We had a person come to our Silicon Valley Shogi Club, which is played at a different place after 15 years of not playing shogi. So just a friend wanted to play. Just oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Is shogi a game that you like can get passionate about, or are you just sort of playing it? Are you just playing it sort of casually for the camaraderie and friendship? Because it seems like people 30 years ago was before Shogi Club 24 even started. Yeah, existed. Yeah, You wouldn't notice it. You wouldn't know though. I mean, Shogi Club 24 doesn't look a day older than 25 years old. You know, it's. Ooh, man, I'm talking and I'm smiling, but in the back of my mind, I am stressing. I don't know what happened in these two games. Like, did I just forget how to play? Oh. My precious Shogi Club 24 rating too. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, Shogi's a great game. I love it. Do you also play like chess or Go or anything like that? You know, there's that natural chess kind of. Okay. Oh, nice. I know there's a nice Seattle Go scene, because it's been mentioned on the Starpoint podcast, which is a Go podcast. I don't play Go anymore. I played Go 20-ish years ago. I don't play Go, but I listen to that podcast because it's interesting. You know, I like games, but you know, it feels sort of shogi adjacent to me. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for stopping by. You know, hopefully I'll be able to play some better shogi here. And like those two games, like those weren't even fun to watch in like a train wreck situation. Those were just, wow. So let's hope. I've got to get it. Yeah, I've got to get it back together here. So that's two games, two quick losses. And I wonder if this J Tower is a Westerner. That for some reason that name is making me think it is, and the fact that they challenged me. All right. I've played Puryo-kun before. No, I will not play this player. Let me add them to my blacklist. Machida F1. Oh, where is it? That's a notorious sandbagger. Oh, I don't see the name. Okay, Machida F-1. This thing, it just doesn't save. I think that's I don't know if it's even worth doing this. Because it doesn't seem to save. It's like always empty. It's always empty, and I definitely add people in. Like this plus Nori-chan. Hey, Ghost One! Good to see you. This is, I'm on. I think the last time I was on Shogi Club 24, maybe it wasn't the last time, but I seem to remember one of the last times I was on. I played Ghost One here in a rated match, and I got destroyed. You know, as is expected. You know, to a much better player. But I'm coming back. I'm trying to get practice for. I thought I was ready. But I just played the two worst. You know, this is keep like this is stream 63 or 64, and I just played the two worst games that I think I have ever played on stream. Like you wouldn't believe it. It's like I was like random mover bot. I mean, almost. It was. I'm now starting. I'm starting to quiver. I'm starting to get worried that something's going to go terribly wrong on Friday. So I thought I was ready until this stream. I really thought I was. You know, maybe I'm going to try to make an excuse for it. I'm going to say it's because I went in a sort of a different tactic today, where I talked first about the Lee Shogi update. So did a lot of talking before playing. So maybe I don't have a lot of oxygen in in my brain or whatever, because it's like gone out as I'm, well, oxygen doesn't leave when you talk, but anyway, anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was ready, but my shogi is not ready. I've got my sure, let's play. I've got my clothes washed and ready to go. You know, I'll be picking up the rental car tomorrow. I'll be, you know, cutting my hair tomorrow, getting all that stuff. Do this. That's not my correct line anyway. Let's see, is he coming? Okay. What does that indicate? Is this like climbing gold? Like, what does that indicate? What? What does that indicate? Is this just sort of a joke opening, or? So now he has two attackers. I only have one defender.
10秒
Okay. Since I've been so bad today, let's just take this slowly.
10秒
Push, take. So I open it up. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
$10秒
So this is for hanging. So if I push up, he takes. I come over here.
20秒 1、2、3、4、5、6、7
I'm terrified. I'm terrified of my calculation right now based on those first two games. And boy, is this game feeling fast. I guess this fast 2 is feeling fast to me, because I have not been playing these. Okay.
10秒
If I take, I have time. So if I take,
20
he
秒
takes.
1、2、
I take,
3、4、
takes,
5、6、
and then I'm sort of in.
7、8、9 10秒
Interesting. So how can I mean, it's a mate threat.
20秒 1、2
Boy, it's a rough night on Shogi Club 24. I feel for this guy. I feel for them, because I mean, that's like how I played my first two games. What happened? What is happened? There's something in the water at Shogi Club 24 tonight, or maybe it's, you know, at the club. Maybe at the club, you know, there's the lights. There's like the lights. You know, we're all there with our like glow sticks, and we're all like raving. We're dancing around, but like there's something in the air. There's something, you know, we're playing our shogi, we've got our glow sticks, and there's just like they're pumping this like laughing gas into the club. And yeah, that's you could say a lot of things about me, but I don't think I miss many sacks. I think I think maybe that's one thing that's like core to my game is giving up pieces. And so that one, and just you know, shout out to PlayShogi.com again. You know, whether or not it's true, you know, I sort of want to say it, that, you know, I saw that possibility instantly, and I want to say it's because I did a bunch of those easy mate and ones, mate and threes today. You know, who knows, but like I was doing those. So all right. The it's interesting that you know, not to put too much stock in the engine, especially when the other player is Sente, but it's interesting that even after bringing that gold up and wasting all those tempos, I think this is the reverse, yeah. So even after, oh, they hadn't brought the gold up yet. Okay. I was gonna say after they brought the gold up and wasted all that tempo, that the engine still had it up, but it didn't. Okay, so as soon as it moved the gold, that's when it started going slightly south. Interesting. Okay, let me copy that Kifu in. What am I doing? Okay, we're in the study, add new chapter. Oof. I'm afraid to play another one, but I'm going to. You know, I'm going to. 226. Get my rating going here. Man, I'm just slumming it in the 14 Qs. I was, you know, I'm basically lived on Shogi Club 24 in the 13Q range. Had that brief pop up to 12, and then drop back down, and then had that plummet into 14. I like that name, Hero Butterfly. Boy. I'm also thinking about going to Lee Shogi and playing a bot. But what if I lost to one of the level? It sounds like Night Sparrow was just massacring the bot. If I understood those messages, you know, those posts to the Discord, it sounded like he was beating level 3 bot with handicaps, like with major handicaps. Did I understand that right? Because supposedly level 3 is what level 1 was. Supposedly. But I wonder if there's some sort of not, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was I'm but Night Sparrow has those quick attacks. So maybe that's just really good against this particular bot. I saw that was gutsy of you. That was gutsy of you on your YouTube video to show you playing the bot. That was gutsy because maybe your editing skills are, well, not maybe. Certainly your editing skills are better than mine, but if you would have just somehow messed up, you'd have to redo that whole video. Or maybe you would just like cut. Maybe you would just cut it and cut and edit it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought that was a nice gutsy move to play the bot in your update. Yeah. Let me get out of here. Yeah, let's do that, Ghost One. Let me go into 81 Dojo. I don't know why this happens sometimes. It just loads with like all wide. Okay, let me change my layout. Wait, is my layout working? Okay, there it is. I haven't played it. And greetings, Kolodaki. Yeah, I haven't played it. I observed a couple games as well, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it lose. I mean, I haven't seen it win. I haven't seen it win. So that's interesting. And like, sounds like Knight Sparrow. Like, oh. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we have enough like game history to be able to go back on to like train an AI, but that like I wish it played like MayaBot. I don't know if any of you have played MayaBot in chess on Lichess. I think it is the best bot that I have ever played. It to me absolutely feels like a human. Like absolutely, if you told me it was a human, I would believe you. I would believe you. And you know it makes the kind of blunders or the kind of subtle mistakes that it feels like a a beginner-ish. I don't know what's called beginner anymore in chess, but let's say like a 1200-ish player, well, like a 1500-ish Shogi or Lichess player, how they play. Like it does the pawn, it does the mindless pawn takes that seem like sometimes happen, just like those mindless shogi takes that I do that Killer Ducky and Spinal Tap and Tori the Panda were helping me with the other day. The MayaBot to me is great. I've played all three of the levels that are on Lichess. I've beaten them all, but there is a noticeable. The harder one is harder, and it's harder in a way that feels legit. It like doesn't make as dumb of a occasional blunder as the first MayaBot. The first MayaBot I think is supposed to be trained to be around 1100 FIDE. I think it is. I don't recall which rating system. I think that's the goal. And it seems what I would expect. Not that I have extensive chess experience, but it definitely feels that way to me. Oh, I see. Ghost One is waiting. Do you mind changing it to 15:6? Hey, Viridin, great to see you. Do you Ghost One? Do you mind changing to 15:30? I just before this tournament on this weekend, I don't want to. Thank you. Yeah, I just don't want to play. I don't want to play anything slower online than what I'll be playing at the tournament. So check the stream; it's looking good. Let me greet. Ghost One using blind piece mode middle. I assume middle is the one with the ghost stones. Rico, it'll have to do. Got a little thing on the fuzz on the. Okay, no. Oh, the shogi pieces are blank. I see. So it's shogi. It's still shogi pieces, but they're blank. Are my pieces blank too? So if I try to do I try to swap my king in. So once I move my rook here. So once I move my rook, if I start shifting and rotating my king and my rook, he won't be able to tell which one is which. Agree, Killer Ducky, 100% agree. That's the first thing I do when I play the bot. I just jack up to the max. I think it's 180. Oh, he's moved. What is this? Okay. It's amazing. I swear, I'm like a broken record on this Todovsky user style that I've modified to make blue last move indicators. With this in place, I'm enjoying playing here right now more than Shogi Club 20. Like Shogi Club 24 was like I was loving it. I was loving it, and just really disliking 81 Dojo. But with this minor change, this minor change, all of a sudden, I just love it. Oh, see. Oh, okay. So he sent the. Okay, I'm actually gonna check it on my phone. I don't want to bring it up in the the. Let's see. Oh, love that. Oh man, that is cool. That is cool. All right, so let's get this up. Block that off. Let's get my king. Let's get my king moving. I think he's still going to be too solid. I think he's going to be too solid for me. I think last time he went down here. Okay. So I'll prepare, I'll prepare my sort of bogey and oh boy. Okay. Get this up. I don't think I'm going to be able to make my Anaguma against him. He's pushing these pieces. Yeah. Oh, I think if I had to do this over again, I think I might have tried to go for King Muso. But anyway. It's not like Eriko Yamaguchi is going to be saying it, so I'm not missing much. What is this? What is this? Is that I'm more curious than anything. Oops. Is that a way to just immediately head off this idea? So I can't imagine he's going to bring his gold up. And I'll finish my castle. Well, I don't want to say finish, but yeah. Okay, so if I didn't think Gust 1 did Migi Goku, but if he is, how bad of a castle is Kimura Mino against that? That seems to me to be not so great. So I'm gonna start making my way to preparing potential edge attack. Just okay. That was the hope. It looks like he is doing it. So I wanted to prepare the edge. At least in the limited games I've played against this opening, the ones where I made an edge attack seemed to be somewhat successful. It added more pressure onto this. There's no king. There's no silver over here. I don't know if that's reasonable, but it seemed to somewhat serve me in the past. I've got this piece up here though. That's a negative. Although no, maybe that's fine. Also thinking about potentially spearing the sparrow already. So the knight is up. The knight is up. The king isn't over there. There's no silver. So what if I just do it now? If I do that, if I push, what am I? I'm Gote. Okay, so if I push 1-6, pawn 1-6, take. Pawn 1-6, take. Drop. I don't have another pawn. Okay. Do this and then get into Mino and then make high Mino. All right. I think I have an intermediate move here to be fine. Oh, that's not actually not the way I wanted to do it, but that's fine. This is what he did last time. This is what he did last time. I got gosh. He did the same thing to me and I walked right into it. I walked right into it. I played that as if the rook was already gone. That's very frustrating that I walked into the same thing that gave me such fits the last time we played. And the thing is, I don't remember having any real good ideas for what to do in the similar situation last time either. Like other than just sort of waiting moves. You know, the king back or the rook back. Just looking for ideas. I am scanning the board almost sort of a brute force exhaustive scan of every piece and just thinking about moves. And I'm not coming up with anything yet. Like my position must be fine. It must be fine. But I feel so stifled. You know, I'm sort of thinking about this, but that doesn't usually serve me all that well. But maybe so the thing is, I've got to get this. I've got to get this gold. I've got to get this. Okay, so I think I've got to give space. I've got to get space for this bishop. So let's say if he comes up, I takes. Like I don't want to do this because then this is coming. Then you know the 2-4 pawn push is coming, and then you know the bishop on 2-2 is just sort of like stuck. I think there's the you know if I do this I give up the promotion, so I can't do that. So if I move back, can't knight jump anymore. I could still try to exchange. I don't think my exchange is good right now. I think somehow this you know that sort of wonky the Migi Goku, it ends up with this territory that I cannot drop a bishop into. Yet I think I'll have plenty of dropping points for Gust 1. Like, come up? Like have I think we discussed that sort of in the last time. Coming up? That seems So if I... Yeah, okay, so I'm... Boy! I think I need to keep this back here. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. How can I get... Maybe do I just have to wait this out? Do I have to wait? Like, I don't see a way to get in. Oh well, no. I was gonna say, okay. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have come up to Kimura. Like I can't give a gold. I can't move up and then give a gold drop. I guess because that's... This knight is in the way. I don't want to give up the goal, the bishop. So we take that, and then it's just all hell breaks loose. Do top not Mino, but although I don't have my Mino. So if I come up, make Mino, everything's protected. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. What's the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this? To drop the pawn, to exchange and drop? All right, let's make Jaimino. I'm not even thinking about how to trick him as the blindfolded player. Maybe I should be doing that. Just start swapping. Yeah, I guess maybe this back and forth, maybe my back and forth shenanigans here has sort of is potentially a good blindfold tactic. But anyway, so where is this coming? Where's this coming? This is coming down. Going to get that attack up here. Let's make Jaimino. Let's make Jaimino, and then I can start getting maybe potentially getting my silver up. Yeah. Pawn, take pawn. Do this. He's got a pawn. Only file is a 6 file that he can drop that pawn in. So I'm double protecting that. Potentially eyeing, this bishop is free. I need to keep that in mind. So take then the take, drop. If I take, if I don't take, if I let him take, then I take on 6-4 with my gold. Silver comes, I go back, then he drops the pawn. That's not good. That's not good. So he's getting in that way. So if I let him take, I take, brings the silver up. I don't want to exchange the silver. I don't have a pawn in hand. I would get a pawn if I take this. All right. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know, good players and their pawn play. Darn. Can I move the gold up? What if I move the gold up? Then he takes, and then I bring my silver up. I just had a beep. Oh, that's a Lee Shogi notification. Boy, I'm already out of my 15 minutes. Okay, I think I guess I have to. I'm not reading a great way to save. So where can I drop? Is there any drop after? Is there any drop? So I think I'm thinking I'm going to take with. I'm thinking I'm going to take with. Is there any value in taking this knight? No. No. Okay. Let's start attacking up this area. So now I've got 2 pawns. Although I gave a drop. I gave plenty of drops. What about this? What about this drop? All right. So, I've got this. What about this? If a drop here. Now, take this. He comes up with this silver.
20秒。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
I think I should have pushed this the middle pawn first, but maybe there wasn't enough time. He doesn't have a lance. He doesn't have.
10秒。
But there's a knight, or that's okay. Ah, all right.
20秒。1、
Oh. I wanted to come over here. So was there any hope for him here of messing up a move?
10秒。
So let's see. Let's. Now, if I drop this, then that just. Yeah. Maybe. You know, I watched some very high level Don play on 81 Dojo the other day, and they were just pushing pawns like crazy. So I'm just gonna start pushing some pawns, like making holes, making little holes that maybe I can squeak through. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's proceed with that. Okay. So now, drop another one. Yeah. So this is what I wanted. Hopefully he's just really confused right now. Oh.
10秒。
Can I do something with that?
20秒。1、2、
Let's do this.
3。
The knight coming in? I don't think I'm fast enough, but I have something. Yeah, I'm looking to drop. I'm looking to drop on 4-6. Drop the pawn. Get this up. Get my rook up. So desu ne. Okay, let's get over here. Reestablish Mino. We're in a castle. They're not in a castle, so I'm looking. Oh, hey, Shogi Yoshi. Hi, welcome to the channel. Chirp chirp, Night Sparrow. Good to see you. So I'm about to get wrecked here by Ghost 1,
10秒。
but I'm gonna try to make some counterplay. Wait, so yeah. Oh, I should have taken first. He's only gonna have a knight and a silver, right? Only. Yeah. Yeah.
$10秒。20秒。1、2、
What about, can I run up?
4、5、6。
That pawn is doing some nice work over there on 6-3.
$10秒。20秒。1、2、3、4、5。
Good game. Great game. Good game. I'm going to I will add this to my collection. I will add this. This is to my growing collection of games where Ghost 1 has destroyed me. Great game. You're that structure that you create in the opening. This is now 2 games in a row. It is stifling. It's just stifling. Let me get this in. Let's import this. Import just I didn't even make 100 moves. Let me just import this into a study here, 81 Dojo. Make sure it's there. All right, perfect. Get back to 81 Dojo. Awesome game. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That I don't know if it's obvious. I don't know if it's obvious, but I have a blast in those games. Yeah, like your style is so tough. It's just so I feel so stifled. I definitely feel. While I ramble repeatedly, let me go back to chat here. Okay. So I didn't miss much. Yeah, I was in agreement with Killer Ducky on the timing. Oh, and there's an issue for it. Okay, cool. Yeah, all the Kiramake timings are absurd for sure. I agree. I wouldn't say absurd. I think 10-minute is still legit, but on the main page, that's one of the things I talked about. I don't know if you had gotten in yet, Rico. That I when I was going over the Lee Shogi changelog, that list. I think that button, the presets. I think they're a good start. It feels to me like they're as with some other features that were added in this release. It seems like they're preparation for a future. Like these buttons, they don't do much. Like they don't do much. And we, obviously we don't have matchmaking, not a big enough community to do matchmaking. And I think the buttons are they're the wrong selection of timings. They're just not the timings I think that people would want to play. But overall, I'd say a net positive because it's preparing for the future. And at least it does get people into this maybe smaller buckets where, if we have fewer people, maybe if we're more funneled into certain times, like time controls, then everyone won't be like looking for their own. So I don't know. I'm of a few minds on that. I think clearly they should change those default timings. Those default timings are they're just the 30-0, that should be a 15:30 or a 15:60. The 10:30, I think the 10:30 and the 10-minute are the only good ones. I think, the good choices in there. So Shogi, you've been lurking for a while. You're also Shogi Dad. Similar haircut. Perfect. Well, I'm going to be, I don't know if it could be like a Thursday of Shogi Dad haircuts, but tomorrow, not on stream, right? Tomorrow I'll be cutting my hair in preparation for the tournament this weekend. So I'll be driving out early Friday morning. I don't have to deal with this long hair. You can almost see it on stream. That's how long it is. No more. Wait, what? 4 minutes with 20 seconds? Is that one of them? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. Well, it's. Oh man. Well, it's good to have. Yeah. This is. It feels so long. Like I feel kind of gross. I definitely feel kind of gross. Where it's like people are gonna think I'm a hippie or something. It's getting so long. It's when you're used to just having it gone, anything there just kind of feels, at least for me, it just feels kind of like scruffy. It just feels scruffy. And so I'm trying to, I'll be cutting. I usually cut it every Sunday. But this Sunday was that just full day of, from 6:50 in the morning or whatever, from 6 or so in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. I was playing shogi, all around Northern California, and then back at my home on stream. So cool. So one of the few good shogi clubs on the East Coast is near you at the Swarthmore College. Oh, they meet at 4:30 on Thursdays. So yeah, I've talked about this. You've probably heard on stream if you've been lurking. The nighttime ones, like I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't, like, I feel like I have to preface any little complaint I have about shogi playing with, I'm so grateful and so fortunate here in Northern California that I attend regularly 3 shogi clubs. Like, that's how lucky I am. But the Tuesday nights for me, so, I play Sunday morning in the East Bay, which is every week, which is just a perfect time. It's a perfect time. We play 9 to 11:30 or so. We get 3 games in. They're almost always good games. It's in a great coffee shop. It's an hour away from me, but it's the nicest drive. And just knowing that I'm going to be playing these games makes it all just so easy. Coming back is a little rougher because it's more traffic and yada da da. But anyway, there's that. So I love that. And then once a month on Sundays from 1 to 5 is the SF Shogi Club. So that's this past weekend was one of those double dips where it was East Bay and then SF. And I drove to SF, and that's a nightmare for me. And so I won't do it every month, but occasionally I will, especially since I'm preparing for this tournament. So I went to that. But the Tuesday night club, the one that's closest to me, in Cupertino, this is a 5-minute drive for me. So it's like I could, like, if I had the time, I could walk it. It's that close. But it's 6:30 or 7 till 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night, and for whatever reason, I am dead. Tuesday nights. Like last night I didn't go, just so the history is that I just play my worst shogi there. I just play my, I still go, I still love it. Don't get me wrong. I still love it. I love seeing everyone. I love playing. I love touching the pieces. It's so great to, talk about shogi and just take photos and all the exciting stuff that goes around, this incredible game. I get to take part in that. But I play my worst shogi there, just my worst. And so I didn't, especially before this tournament on this coming weekend, I didn't want the mental damage. I didn't want to go in there and just lose to a beginner, which has happened before. Like it's great. So if you saw those first 2 games on stream tonight against Shogi Club 24, those games, like, those are the worst 2 games I've ever played on stream. And that's kind of like how I play a lot of the time on Tuesday night. It's like you would never know You would never know that I've played, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000 plus games of shogi and studied it and done all this stuff. So when you see some of these games, it's brutal. And but anyway, so I didn't go last night. I had planned on doing a stream where I was wearing my I wore my chess.com t-shirt explicitly so that I could troll Todovsky. So I put it on early in the day and I was wearing it. So I was, so I really wanted to stream, and I was gonna go over the Lee Shogi, or talk about some Lee Shogi stuff, and maybe play games like this. It was gonna be a light night. I was also thinking about starting a podcast, but whatever. That didn't happen. But by 6:30, 7 o'clock last night, I was just dead. I don't know what it is. If it's just the letdown, like the emotional and physical letdown from a long weekend of shogi. And Monday nights, in case it isn't obvious, I love those Monday night streams with at Shogi Wars. I love them. Even when I'm playing badly, I love them. Especially now with the BGM, it's so fun. And then when viewers are getting into it, like, and we're having interesting chat and like the that little review session that we had with Killer Ducky and Spinal Tap and Tori the Panda, going over trying to help me figure out this freaking Bogan, the bishop-backed Bogan attack. I'm loving it. So, if that's not obvious, I really love those. So maybe it was just a letdown. I don't know. But anyway, I don't even know how I got on that topic. Oh, we were talking about the Shogi Club being at you on Thursday nights. So yeah, you miss it because of work. I don't know if you're also tired, as a dad. I don't know if you're in the same age group as me, but I don't know if it's age or because I don't know. I don't know what it is, what it is. But my brain on those Tuesday nights is fried. Even if I've done nothing all day, it's just fried. Yeah. And then show you. Oh, so your hair feels so short. So you've got your haircut. Rico's getting all set. I'm doing. It's like, yeah, we're all going to be looking our best. We're all going to be we're going to be looking good. My shogi, I don't know how good it'll be, but I couldn't get a small t-shirt of my Shogi Dad t-shirt. I couldn't get a small made in time to give to Yamaguchi Sensei. Get some free advertisement for the Shogi Dad out there. I was disappointed I couldn't get that timing in, but anyway, we're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be eating well. We're gonna be playing well, and drinking, whatever we drink: water, bubble tea, some other things. Oh wait, so you're in Philly? Interesting. So total tangent. You call Philly East Coast? That's so I've had this discussion before. Okay. So it seems like Philly people. Now this is my perspective as a Clevelander. Then I went to college and stayed for many years in Chicago, and now I'm out in Northern California. But so as a Midwesterner, Cleveland and Chicago, I sort of still consider myself a Midwesterner. I always got the sense, people on I was going to say people on the East Coast. So New Yorkers, Bostoners, in my experience, they don't consider Philly people East Coast. Philly people consider themselves East Coast. And it seems like Philly people have a chip on their shoulder. I don't know if this is true. But that's my perspective. That's my perspective as a Clevelander, with a perpetual chip on the shoulder because, our city is terrible and the river burned. It's not terrible. Plenty of good people there. Oh, you're trying to get in with Go people. I mean, you won't be the first. You won't be the last. Hopefully it works for you. I've heard that hit or miss. There is certainly a Venn diagram where, Go and Shogi, the people with those interests can absolutely intersect in there. Oh, Viridin, you don't live near Port. That's a multi-hour trip. Oh, Oh, I knew you were not in Portland, but I thought you were close enough to basically be considered sort of Portland adjacent. Oh, that stinks. That stinks, especially if they play at night. Like, maybe if they play, like, maybe you could justify if it's on a weekend, like a weekend morning, going out, making a multi-tour or multi-hour ride. Like, like my Sunday mornings are basically 2 hour overall, back and forth, 2 to 2.5 hours, if things aren't too bad. Okay, so you bring a set from Shogi International that has the movement arrows on the pieces. That's key. Yeah, I've got the Shogi.cz set. We use those. We've got a Kumon set at the Silicon Valley Club, Shogi Club as well that we bring and has gotten some use. That's a good point. Well, no, I'm not going to bring my Shogi. No, I'll bring them. I mean, I guess I'll bring them. It doesn't hurt to bring them. I'm going to be having a car, so I could bring as many sets as I want. But I guess I'll bring a Shogi.cz set to the tournament. I'm going to guess that everyone at the tournament knows how the pieces move, but you never know. Let's see. What I see 5-4. I see 5-4. I see 5-4. I don't know if that was a move that I missed. But okay, so next year you'll enter the LA tournament. What's the heck you're doing? Well, next year, rumor has it that next year will be in San Francisco. So this is nominally the US Shogi Championship. Take that with a grain of salt, or take that as it is. Take that as you will. But it's the biggest tournament in the country, for better or worse. And supposedly next year it's going to be in SF. But as I've said in the past, the people that are saying that also said that this year it would be in New York. So I don't know. But yeah. Oh, 54 is the age. Oh, okay. It's a good age. It's a good shogi learning age. There's someone, one of the people that's come in has given me a bunch of help, for adults. And it's different learning as an adult. I listen to a lot of chess podcasts about adult improvement, and they're the same game, obviously, and the same techniques will mostly apply. But there are differences in how adults and children, learn and can assimilate information and all this stuff. Yeah. The show you explained. This is like the Oscars for us. We need to look sharp for the camera. Exactly. There are going to be cameras. The paparazzi will be there, and if the paparazzi are not there, then I'll be the paparazzi. I'll be there. Because Lord knows I am probably not much of a player. I'm gonna play a player on TV. Oh, 120 to the beach. Oh, you're closer to the beach than DC. Philly is closer to the Atlantic than DC? No way. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, the paparazzi. Yeah, it's funny. I in my mind, I was thinking, well, maybe Rico will be the paparazzi. Rico's like the official. Well, see, that's the thing, is that you're sort of like the official. You're like the official, photographer, and you're the official media consultant, or the official media, whatever it's called. The vice president of media. You're being paid to be there. Okay, so Atlantic City Expressway. Okay, all right. I will take this information. I will take this back to the haters who were telling me that it's not East Coast. I think Boston and New Yorkers are they're a little proud of themselves. They're a little proud. They don't want anyone else joining in their in their fun. So maybe that's it. But oh man, this game was good. So I don't see. This is the thing. This is the tough one. These are the tough ones. These are the tough games. These are the one. So I've had this discussion on the side in another Discord, and also now I've had this discussion with a few people. about reviewing, review style. And I've heard a bunch of chess podcasts about this, as I've talked about in the past, how to approach the reviews. And, a lot of the conventional thinking, I mean, there are outliers in the chess world. There are outliers among grandmasters, and maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe it is a generational thing where they go straight into the engine. So a lot of the young people, despite what all, the history has shown or whatever, depending what the great teachers say or what the kind of conventional wisdom that people say on the Shogi Harbor Discord or on the chess forums and chess podcasts, there is a contingent, and it seems to be growing, of the younger generation that is saying that they go straight into their reviews with an engine. That's what they say. And these are great players. They're great players. So I'm not gonna argue with anyone because I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna take the information and the help from people and try to make use of it as best I can. But that said, so the people that I am working with, in the shogi community, basically in Shogi Harbor, they say to not use the engine, until maybe the end or even not at all. I'm not willing to say not at all, not at all. But so I'll go into the reviews. A lot of times I'll start with it by reviewing my stream, but I'll go into the review with my open brain and all, just my brain. Try to think of moves, try to find moves. But sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So, when I'm done with the full review or whatever, I'll turn on the engine at some of the points that I was a little stumped or throughout, I'll see if there were big things I missed. So big ideas, looking for big ideas, looking for like these times I'm always saying I want counterplay. I'm looking for that kind of stuff. So that's what I do. But a game like this, because this is very similar to the game Ghost One and I played the other day, which I brought out onto the board, onto my floor shogi board. And I'm just not, the thing is, like, I had 15 minutes here. in the early stages, and I used those, I wasn't blanking. I was thinking, I'm chatting, obviously, but I'm talking through my ideas, and I just didn't have many ideas. So, after 15 minutes, maybe I won't have an idea. So when I reviewed this similar game, wait, did I already thank you, MWM Seattle, for following? Because I just saw that. I think I did, but in case I didn't, my brain, thank you. I really appreciate that. So the first time I reviewed this general position, and there's not Shogi Yoshi follow. Thank you very much. that wasn't like a gentle hint or anything like that. That wasn't it. But thank you. I didn't really find ideas. I didn't find many ideas. And when I was reviewing, I didn't turn on the engine. I got interrupted while I was confession time. I got interrupted the first Ghost One review, and I didn't finish it. So I don't know. So I didn't basically learn anything from that review other than obviously thinking about the game. Sort of, I think I want to believe sort of helps get better and helps my calculation and visibility and yada da da da. Outside of those sort of intangibles, I didn't learn an idea. So like if I review this game tomorrow, I might be in the same situation where I might stare at it for 10 minutes and I just might not have any better idea than what I did at the game. And, one of the things I've found in the game when I spend 2-3 minutes making a move, those will often be bad moves. So people on chess podcasts talk about this as well. Sometimes when you think a lot, like, you end up making the bad move. Sometimes it's better to just not think all that much, especially when you're not, like, I'm not a grandmaster. I'm not 5 Dan. So I'm going to be making errors. So, it's maybe coming up with plans that's more important with the right moves. I don't know. But anyway, in this game, I had 0 plans. Once the bishop was on 9-7, once Gauss 1's bishop was on 9-7 or wherever it was. And I had the open hole on 5-3. I think I was Gote. And, I had my bishop on 3-3 and the gold on 4-2. I didn't have an idea until the only time I got an idea was at the end, but it was kind of too late. It was kind of too late, where I was going to push up, through those pawns. And just looking, at the time, and maybe, in review, I'll find it was lunacy. But at the time, I liked what I was doing. I was too slow. I was behind a move or two or three, but I liked what I at least tried. And so maybe that's something to build on during the review. But anyway, I don't know what to do in this game. So it's like, if anyone's got suggestions, like especially at this point, let's see. Gold 4152. When we're around, let's say, where did the bishop move to 9-7? Here it is. So around here, this is move 35. So we're sort of out of the opening and into that middle game portion I talk about that is so often confusing to me. I have no ideas. Because I'm terrified to exchange bishops because his drop points are better. Somehow with this wacky configuration. Oh, this is what I did though. This is what I did, right? Eventually. Should I have done that earlier? So what I was sort of worried about was, so, Gust 1 is saying here to do this. So here's what I was worried about. And now I don't know. Like, what was I going to do here? Like, come up? I mean, it blocks the bishop and it blocks the bishop and there's no threat against this gold right now. But that looks kind of garbagey. I just, out of the corner of my eye, I see that there was chat. Sorry that one of the things you'll find for anyone new is that I'm terrible at reading chat. I'm terrible. Shogi Yoshi, your reviewing system is great. You've been doing exactly what, okay. Playing games on Shogi Wars, a few on 81 Dojo, porting them into Elite Shogi for analysis. Awesome. I mean, hope it works for you. I think it's working for me. Maybe it's not optimal. Like, I know that there's a contingent in the chess world that is all about you write down, like, you get out the pen and paper, you write down your variations before even playing them on the board. You write down your variations, you write down your thoughts that you were thinking at the game. I mean, you're talking about like a 2+ hour review process for a single game. And maybe that works. I don't know. Is it effective? I don't know. Is it efficient? I don't know. But I know that I'm probably not going to be doing that. I think with the way my shogi is, I think a bigger bang for the buck for me, if I'm going to spend 2 hours, is to do a 15 to 30 minute review, or even less, because I play a lot of games. So I'll do, I want to review them. Let's say I spend 15 to 30 minutes on reviews and then doing an hour and a half of Tsume. I think that will be a bigger bang. For the buck for me in my current state, of my current level with my brain. And, it seems to be helping. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the thing is no one knows. No one actually knows. There's a lot of people with a lot of experience. There's a lot of history behind this stuff. But no one knows. And everyone's brain is different. And so you're still taking a best guess. And yeah, it probably makes sense to follow the people who have achieved higher goals than you. Absolutely. But none of this stuff is a science, because believe me, if you listen to these chess podcasts, there is a lot of attempt at finding science in this. There are a lot of people with with advanced degrees in sort of neurological study and everything that are trying to answer these questions. And, no one has the answers. But anyway, and then Rico, you like to think of the engine as the same as checking the answers to your Tsume. I think that's good. I think that's good. But I also do, I check, it's like, I check my work with the engine, but I also do turn on the engine for ideas. And yeah, sometimes it'll give me wacky stuff that I won't be able to see over the board, or that I won't be able to execute because it's very sharp, or it requires a lot of reading. Let's say I can't. But I tell you, the way people talk about the engine on Shogi Harbor and saying that it gives you crazy stuff and you can't use it, I don't want to call anyone's thoughts nonsense, but I hear those and I'm kind of rolling my eyes. Like, to me, that's kind of nonsensical, because I see it. I use the engine every day now, and I am absolutely getting ideas. I am 100% getting ideas from the engine, especially when it comes to pawn play, especially in some of these middle games where it's like, what should I do? I'll push one pawn and it'll be sort of a mistake, but there'll be another pawn that'll be better. And I'll be like, I don't see it. And then I'll follow the line. And it'll be like, oh yeah, I do see this. And I think I could actually see this over the board. Like, and I'll be like, oh, that makes sense. And maybe I'm misinterpreting things too. Like, that's possible. But I do think the engine is not just spewing nonsense. The engine, in my experience, is not just spewing nonsense. And not that I will ever be at the Fukuma, pro level. Not that I ever will. But like I've talked about on stream, people saying that these engine lines, myself included, that these engine lines are crazy, they need to review some of these games that the pros are playing, because they're playing some of these the most whacked out moves that I can never understand. Fukuma was playing them and playing top line. So, unless she's got an engine next to her, humans can see some of this stuff. I won't be able to, at least not anytime soon, but I don't know. I am backing for, because I was pretty adamant, especially with shogi engines. I was, not chess, but shogi. I was pretty adamant early on, because I've used engines from the beginning. That a lot of this stuff is just crazy and kind of worthless. But I have majorly walked back that opinion, because I see it. I see it every day that I'm getting ideas from it. Not tactical, like the tactical ideas. No. I'll never see, no, a lot of their ideas will be like based on the fact that there will be this super sharp line that will give you a win. Otherwise you're dead lost. It's like, these only moves, but that's not what I'm talking about. So, and Rico, yeah, not your Goban. Yes. Thank you. I was careful. I was careful to say shogi board. Floor shogi board. I was careful. If everyone follow, yeah, everyone on Twitch, welcome, follow, please. And I'll get another Menjo certificate. My Menjo certificate update. I have been assured that my Menjo certificate that I ordered on January 19, my 3Q Menjo certificate. Keep in mind, I'm now 2Q on 81 Dojo. My 3Q Menjo certificate that I ordered on January 19 and paid, a zillion dollars for, 4,000 yen for shipping and 3,500 yen for the piece of paper. That Menjo certificate is on the boat. It's on the boat. So I've been assured it's on the boat. So, maybe sometime in the next 6 months, maybe I'll get it. So, fingers crossed. Maybe it'll even come after the tournament. That would be awesome. That would be a fun winding down stream after a long tournament weekend. So we'll see. Well, the thing is, I see your message about the 6 month processing time. It's because the Q certificates don't have any signatures. They're just stamped. They're just stamped or printed. There's no effort. There's even, giving zero efforts, on these Q certificates. So like, why I don't have, and I don't know if I mentioned this in a DM or if this was in Shogi Harbor Discord, but a couple replacement chess pieces are being sent. They're being sent from craftsmen in Slovenia. So they're in Slovenia. They shipped this on Tuesday with DHL. It is going to be here tomorrow, and it's chess pieces. They're packaged nicely in a box. There's some weight to it, so it's an actual box. It's not an envelope like this Menjo certificate. So it's like not much more expensive than I paid for this shipping for the Menjo certificate, and it's going to be here in 2 days from Slovenia. So it's like, I don't know. Oh, and Ayoma Goban 10. I've bought those heavy floor shogi boards, or Gobans, if you will. I've ordered that with a piece set with some vinyl boards. So a big box. If you haven't witnessed Aoyama Goban 10's packaging, it's exquisite. It is choice. They are so good. They're a joy to do business with. Aoyama Goban 10. So anyway, this huge box, heavy box. I don't remember how much I paid for the shipping. It wasn't absurd. But it was FedEx, and it arrived in like 3 to 5 days. So I don't know what the JSA is doing with these Menjo certificates, and why you would ship something by boat, and why you would ship it so late anyway. So mildly frustrating. So I don't know if I'm getting any more Menjo certificates, quite honestly. Maybe I will if and when I hit Shodan. Maybe I will, but like, why would I pay $75 or whatever, 75 USD or whatever the conversion was or is, for one of these pieces of paper to be shipped in like, to get this thing in like 3 or 4 months or more. Like it seems kind of crazy to me. They've got to improve their engagement game. Like they've got a great game. Shogi's an amazing game. So anyway, sorry. I'm like I said, I'm so bad at chat, especially when I can start talking about Menjo certificates. So, Rico, we don't really have a lot in the way of English shogi coaches outside Shogi Harbor Discord. Yeah. So the only, I think like right now, the only two that I would consider would be Alexei and Carolina herself. I think that's it. There's a Kunkun77. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Just finished up a game here and doing some blabbing. We do a lot of blabbing here on this channel. So apologies in advance if you're like, why doesn't this person ever play shogi? We do get a lot of games in, but we also get a lot of chatting in. There's that. I don't know if Spinal Tap chess coaches or Tori the Panda. Like I don't know anything about Tori the Panda, but I just know that Spinal Tap and Tori, along with Killer Ducky, were really helpful in that session the other day. And I see the thing. One of the things that kills me here as a streamer is that when I review these streams, I see the comments that I missed, and it's like, oh, that was an amazing comment. How did I not see it? So it'll be like Spinal Tap Chess will have said this really insightful thing. And somehow during the stream, I read the comment above and I read the comment below, but I missed this like nugget, this golden nugget in there, and so it hurts that I missed the nugget. And then as I'm reviewing it hurts because it's like, oh, what's to stop this person from thinking, oh, I'm trying to help this person and they're ignoring me. So if anyone ever feels that I've ignored a message, please do not take it personally. It's just that I'm terrible at reading all this stuff. I have not figured out a good way to get chat better visibility. I've got a machine on the side and I've got my main machine here. so the chat is like, when I'm playing, the chat is sort of off window, so it's not on my main window, it's on this other window, or this other computer, and it's a little further away, so it's out of the corner of my eye, and and I can't read it as closely without sort of looking. That's why you see me sometimes looking in like this. But then when I switch to, like, when I realize I'm going to start talking, so like now I brought up OBS and I've got my chat showing in OBS, but even then, like, I still miss some. So please never think that I'm ignoring anything. I apologize, profusely if I've missed a message, because some of these messages that I do miss, some of them are really, really good. So anyway, that's a long and drawn out way of saying, yeah, we don't seem to have many coaches, but I have considered it. And then I'll show you. So you say you've learned a lot from engines, especially regarding Yose. I mean, it makes sense. I'm glad to hear you say that. Because I don't want to feel like I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm this crazy guy, on the corner, like ranting and raving about this stuff when everyone else disagrees with me. Because it's the position of a lot of people seems to be that engines are not helpful, and at least that's how I interpret a lot of it. And I just don't agree. Nowadays, a lot of amateurs have stopped looking at pro games too. So I'm not okay. So I'm looking forward to. I've just looked forward to your message to see if you clarified. So I am interpreting this as saying nowadays a lot of amateurs have stopped looking at pro games too, not because they're doing other things, but because they're too inscrutable. That's something that I have long felt. Obviously, I'm improving, but even back then, I was worse than I am now. When I review those Fukuma, then she was named, Satomi. When I was, like I've said a million times, I build my opening repertoire based on Satomi games, and then when the opponent veers off from what the pros play, that's when I start my work. That's when my work, along with the engine, begins. And so I build those lines, and so I still go through her games. But especially once it's out of the opening, it is very difficult for me to get something out of. I think there's value. I definitely think I think there's value just in holding the pieces and making the moves. I really believe that. And I believe that it increases the enjoyment of the game, which increases the openness of the brain, which increases, the improvement, all that kind of stuff. But like shogi wise, I also think that, playing the moves, you sort of instinctively get the shape, you see the ideas. I believe all that, but I have gotten now, since I've started doing this now, maybe in the past month or two, I have gotten so much more out of Gabriel Angelo BR13's Central Rook games than I have out of Fukuma's games. This is I think he's a Brazilian 3 or 4 dan teenager on 81 Dojo. So I created a study on 81 Dojo just with a bunch of his games. And I've been reviewing those like I used to review Satomi games. And oh my goodness, I have my game, I don't want to say revitalized, but my game lately over the board has been sort of, I'm trying to find words that aren't like, I don't want to say inspiring, but they're inspiring to me, where I'm coming up with ideas and plans and attacks that are, even when I look back, I'm like, oh boy, I like this attack. This is good. And I am attributing a lot of this to these reviews of these games. So Gabriel Angelo BR13, who's this 3 or 4 dan teenager, and then Gerard UV, who I've mentioned on stream a few times. He's a Shodan from Mexico. And, these are people of my level, they're people in the same ballpark of players, especially Gerard, being Shodan versus 3 or 4 dan. And And I am getting, like, they're playing people that I play. So they're seeing the people that I see. They're responding to things that I will see. So, like, all the stuff that I see on Shogi Wars, Satomi doesn't have to deal with that. And not that she couldn't destroy it, obviously, but she doesn't have to deal with that. And so as a result, I don't get to see her deal with that. That's why, just to go off on a brief tangent, that's why I really want, that's why I love, like, the Manao channel. I mean, even though I can't understand what she's saying for the most part, she's a really good player who's playing Dan level players on Shogi Wars. And that's great. I get to see how a good player would respond to Shogi Wars players, even though I'm not playing those high level players. I get to see it. But now if we had someone explaining this stuff in English, oh man, like Shogi Ramen TV is the closest I think we've had to it. Where he used to play games, he was 3-dan, I think, on Shogi Wars, and would play games, record the games and talk through them. That's what I want. I want John Bartholomew. I want the John Bartholomew of chess. And I'm trying, I'm trying to get there to the point where I could sort of maybe in the future for some people be that. But like, I'll probably, I'll never be international master level, in Shogi. But anyway, what was I talking about? About streaming, about coaches, about engines. Oh, about the amateur games. Yeah. So if that's what you meant, I am in 100% agreement with you. So like, I would much rather look at one of Gabriele Angelo BR13's games now, overall, than a Fukuma game. I love the Fukuma games just because, I'm a cheerleader and I'm enjoying the game, and I get, I get my coffee, as I've said, I get my coffee, I get some walnuts or something, and I'll, have the engine running, and I'll just kind of like find the next, I'll have the engine running. I won't be looking, so I my main window, my Lichess, and I'll have the engine running in a native app. Just kind of like, in case I want to see, like, I'm just using the evaluation as kind of like a score, just like chess.com, when they do presentations, they show the bar, oh, check out the bar, Kaya, that kind of thing. So I'll have that just to kind of get a sense of who's winning, just because I'm cheering. Like, these are events, like these are sporting events for me to enjoy. But I'm looking at the board without the engine, trying to find the next move. Sometimes I find, especially into the opening, I find a lot of her moves, and that's reassuring. It's reassuring that I'm sort of maybe by rote and maybe not understanding, and maybe it doesn't help me, but like, I'm sort of playing along with how she'd play, and that's good. And then, yes, a little faster than 6 months processing time. Yeah. That's a thing, Shogi Yoshi, for that price. So for that price, they should ship it quicker. They should use better shipping method, and they should respond to emails. So, I've sent 2 emails asking for status because they didn't ship it for 2 months. They didn't ship my certificate for 2 months. And then they shipped it by boat. So I don't know when it's going to get here. But also, they didn't respond to my emails asking about it. So it's like the worst possible customer service for a pretty premium priced product, when it all comes down to it. Yeah, my mentor is going to show up with barnacles on it. Yeah. it's going to smell like salt water. Yeah, Ulrika, yeah. Just suddenly you realize all this Central Rook. Yeah. You'll do it for half price. Remember that puzzle I sent you when you couldn't be self-mating? Yeah, just grinding sumo. I think so. I think so. Solve them upside down. Exactly. Yeah, we've talked about that multiple times now. And I started doing it for just this week. I started doing that. I don't think I did it previous. Maybe I did. No, maybe I tried it last week or one of those previous weeks after I had said I would. But yeah. It's like, I think I have not exhausted. I have not exhausted my books. I have not exhausted any of the learning materials. And I'm a believer, just based on all this evidence from the chess world. that you just playing, I think helps. Yeah. So you're planning to do Koji for players 5Q and lower. Yeah, I mean that's like how people used to do it in the Go world. I remember, sort of the Shodans. The Shodans would start teaching, like they'd start sort of, they'd become that welcome committee for new players, and they'd teach them and do lessons and whatnot. I see Tokyo Peach is doing that for the Brazilian contingent. Like she's, Ashla, viewer, one of our favorite viewers, Ashla. He's Ashla is learning from Tokyo Peach and from Gabriel, not from our Gabriel, from Capovara do Brasil, and it's like they're great at it. They're great. I'm so envious of that Shogi Brazil, like that CNS. I can't remember what it stands for. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff, a lot of help for beginners, and Discord sessions, and yeah. Shogi School. It's funny you mention that, because I think I try, if I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna click. I'm gonna click. I thought maybe this isn't it. There was because I tried to get, I had a bookmark of something. That sounds like Shogi School. Maybe it was something. No, not Shogi Shack. Maybe it wasn't Shogi School. I had a bookmark that I tried to go to today. Something about Central Rook, and it's actually something about Onaguma, and the site was just hanging. But maybe it wasn't Shogi School. Okay, so it's because they play at such a high level that studying them won't give any transferable skills. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Welcome back, Blake. Welcome back. Yes, I have definitely tried Onaguma. I love Onaguma. I think I played it once or twice on stream today. I think maybe I've been playing it a lot more. So this player that I've been talking about, this Gabriel Angelo BR13 and Gerard UV, for what it's worth, they're both Central Rook players, and they both play Onaguma, and they're dynamic, attacking, interesting players that play a lot like how I want to play, or how I play when I'm at my, not I don't want to compare myself at all, but like when I'm playing the games that I love, I love them all, but when I'm playing the games that I'm feeling great about, I'm playing like how I see them play, and so yeah, I'm trying. I am getting into it. The thing I find is that, especially at my level in Shogi Wars, I don't know if I haven't reviewed enough of theirs to actually figure out how to do it, but like I go up against a lot of rapid attacks. It seems like I go up against an inordinate number of rapid attacks, and maybe that's just a factor of my level. So I don't have always the most time to make Onaguma, and I see the few that I've looked at where they didn't make Onaguma, like Gabriel Angelo BR13 and Gerard UV. It seems like it's in the same situation where their opponent started coming out quickly. And so they'll do the same. It's funny because they'll do the same stuff I'll do. They'll make they'll make Mino, then they'll switch into Kimura Mino, and then or they'll go Kin Muso. So I'm in watching their games, I'm feeling at least like I'm on the right track. Like I'm feeling like some of this stuff I've been doing, engine assisted or otherwise, has me on the right track, and it feels good. And then you stop using the engine just because you want to practice more of your own critical thinking. Yeah, you're getting used. So that's the trick. That's the trick, and I have to watch out for it myself too. I sometimes find myself doing it, sometimes at the end games. So like if you were to look through some of my Lee Shogi games where I've done some analysis on them, You'll see maybe a variation. You'll see some of those games that from mid game will have a variation that will go all the way to the end. And I think those are the indication that I've sort of slightly turned off my brain. It's on. It's definitely engaged, but it's not on as much because I'll start playing through engine moves of like, oh, basically lead me through to the promised land, and I'm like, oh, well, what if the opponent does this? And then the engine line, and then what if so it's like this thing, and that's when I know that I've got to reel it back in and start thinking on my own again. So the Shogi explains, says the inspiration for both you and Rico is actually J-Roby Chess, a random 800 to 1,000 level player who decided to put content on YouTube when it was still new. What? With chess? 800 to 1,000 chess or shogi? I'll have to look up for J-Roby Chess. I've heard of this, maybe it's because maybe they're no longer doing it, but I heard of a zillion. I consume, or at least used to consume, a lot of chess content. Yeah, maybe. I mean, so the thing is, and to those of you watching on YouTube who are the people who have sent me these messages, I love it, and I will try to do my best. Like, I've gotten a few messages now, more than a handful of messages from people saying they're learning from my channel, which is both like, exhilarating, but also frightening because as I say, I am not very strong. I am doing my best, and I'm trying to talk through my moves, and I'm just trying to enjoy the game and share, enthusiasm for this game with people. And the idea that someone could be learning from this is kind of scary. Is kind of scary at my level. But everyone, that's the thing, that Go podcast, I talk about that Go podcast a lot, Starpoint, but he had, so the episode I was listening to today while I was walking was about sort of the quest for Shodan, this goal that all of us, so the Go players and Shogi players are the same, everyone wants to get to Shodan. And so he was saying that, as a Go player, and you could just replace with Shogi player, at every step of the way, you kind of feel like you're terrible. But, there's a group of people below you who think they're terrible and that you're good. And there's a series of people below those people who think they're terrible and think the people above them who thought they were terrible are good and who think you're great. There's this entire spectrum of players, and sometimes people forget that, and sometimes people forget how much they've improved, or and it's really easy also, on the Discord or somewhere like that, to sort of diminish your own skills, or diminish, even if you think you're being self-deprecating, and you're making jokes, there are other people who aren't at your level yet, who would love to be at that level. So, I don't know. Anyway, that was a brief diversion. That there's a lot of material out there, better than me. But I am doing my best, and I would love to sort of live up to that at some point. That would be great. That would be great. Who is Shikamaru? Is Shikamaru? That's not familiar to me. Is that shogi, or is that chess, or Go? Shogi Yoshi said, the showdown in your club, make sure to spend time with all the noobs doing a teaching game, but we hate to take up his time because there are only 2 to 3 down level players. Yeah. So that was a thing at the Silicon Valley Shogi Club. We had he wasn't showdown, but he was a legit 2Q, like a 2Q, I think possibly had been higher online, like possibly had been Shodan online. I don't know, but I think he was like a JSA 2Q, or JSA, whatever dojo he went to, 2Q, and great teacher, like a great. So the beginners would come, he would do simuls with them, he would teach them how the pieces move. He was explaining things in a really, really great way. He stopped coming. I don't know why. Like I think life took over. I think he had some other stuff that he wanted to do. I also wonder at the same time it's because all he was doing was playing, beginners. So it's like you have, as a higher ranking player, you have a responsibility to teach, but at the same time, you've got a game to play too, and it's a real tough balance. And I think some people don't find that balance. Though some people like I think some people they just want to hit that showdown and then they just want to teach and they want to play unrated games and they want to teach, and that's 100% fine. And it's like you need this whole spectrum of types to balance it. And yeah. So I understand that concern about taking up their time, and it's tough. It's real tough. Okay. So J Roby Chess made it private. When I'm at my best, I spook you big. I think some of those times I spook myself. I'm so pleased when I get one of those great positions, and then sometimes I actually follow it up and actually win a game, and it's yeah. That's yeah. That panicking in Byoyomi is real. It's because, like as I've said, I think my brain is just slower. It is just slower. I don't know if I could speed it up. I don't know, but it takes more time. It takes more time. It's I have to believe it's age related, but maybe we'll see. Maybe it will get better. So when I am on full on attack, and so that's another thing about Onaguma, just not to derail about Onaguma, that it's given me this little extra time, this little extra padding of time where I do not, well, what is that? Zetos, or the Zet stage, the Z stage, where like I cannot be checked. So like there will be a situation where basically I cannot be checked. So I can think 100% of my Byoyomi on attack. And so so I'm just strong. So it's like once I'm on attack, I'm stronger because I can think about the attack. But if I have to defend and attack, then I split my time, and I'm just it's like, and it's kind of, the math doesn't work out so that it's not like I'm 50% when I have to split my time. It's not like I'm 50% as good as being 100%. I'm 25% as good on offense and 25% on as good on defense. So it's really rough. It's really rough. Oh, Shikamaru is the shogi player in Naruto. Okay. Yeah. Shogi Yoshi in East Bay. In East Bay, we play with a clock. So we play with a clock. We typically play 10 minutes with 40-second Byoyomi. And in San Francisco, where there are more players and so you're trying to get around, we play 5-minute with 40-second Byoyomi. Both of those are great. Both of those are great. And this tournament, incidentally, will be, for the main tournament will be 15-40. So for whatever reason, 40-second Byoyomi seems to have really hit it off in California. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. I like it. I mean, obviously I prefer 60, but I like 40. On Tuesday nights at the Silicon Valley Shogi Club, we do not play with clocks. And it's a real problem for me. It's a real problem just because, well, one thing, I love playing with clocks. It's just more equipment, and I like equipment. But I struggle to find the balance between thinking time and not trying to abuse the clock and whatnot. So instead of like a 10-40 game where I might feel time pressure, starting in Byoyomi, when I don't have a clock, I feel time pressure immediately. Every move of the game, I feel this time pressure, and it's rough. But this club has a more diverse set of players. Like there's more beginner. There are beginners up through a 5-dan, at Silicon Valley Shogi Club, and so I think clocks are a little intimidating to some people, and there's a lot of and some people, even some of the good people. I think some good players just don't like to play with clock. Like they want to really think about their moves, and that's fair. It makes it tougher to play multiple games in a night, especially if we're only there for 2 hours or whatever. But like the player at East Bay Shogi, we play 1040 and we get in 3 games. We typically get in 3 games, 3 good games in 2.5 hours. So like, it's a good time. It's a good time control, and it definitely doesn't feel like Blitz. Definitely doesn't feel like super long, but it's not Blitz. It's not Blitz. So anyway, yeah. So the Go meetup only lasts 3 hours. So a Go meetup only lasting 3 hours. So what? You play half your game and then seal the move or something. Just go. I'm just giving you a hard time for Go. So I played Go in the past. I got about to be about the same level I am in Shogi right now. But that was like 20 years ago, a long time, 2018, around that time, years ago. And the length of the games was certainly one of my problems with the game. They just took too long for me. Oh wow, Go without clocks. Oh man. I would feel a lot of stress playing that, because knowing that there are 200 plus moves in a game, I'd be like, I'm maybe to a fault trying not to take too much time for the other player. That's tough. Oh, and Shogi explained you don't play with clocks either. Is that for a particular reason? Like, is it because beginners don't like it, or is it just because you guys would rather think, just longer? I'm curious, because I'm trying to make myself like playing without a clock. It's just it feels now so weird. It just feels so weird and oddly stressful to play without a clock. Boy. Oh my gosh, this stream has been 3 hours and 10 minutes. I can't believe it. We like to have the position not decided. Okay, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, I mean, a lot of our, I think, yeah, in East Bay, with 40 seconds, or in San Francisco with 40 seconds, yeah, the clock is absolutely a thing. Yeah, it's yeah, we're not playing. I think there are moments where we make mistakes that we wouldn't be making if we had, say, 2 or 3 minute Byoyomi, something like that. Or no Byoyomi, obviously. But reviewing with the engine, after evaluating with the engine, our games are at a pretty high level. Especially my opponent. I am stunned when I review those games. How some of those we played, like especially some of these are dynamic attacking games, and I'm sort of amazed. I'm really pleased with some of the over the board games that we play. Actually, I love the games, but it's nice. It's also incidentally it's really nice to have someone there that records the game. So he records the games at East Bay using Teos Shogi, and I'll be recording my games on paper and pencil or paper and pen at the tournament. But that's going to be interesting. So I have recorded 2 games. I've recorded 2 games in my life before in Shogi, over the board, but in neither of those games did we have a clock. So this will be interesting. I've improved my notation ability, since that last time. And those games, it was no trouble for me to notate. But again, there was no clock. So that will be interesting. In a tough position. Let's say I've got a king chase and I'm the one running up the board, and my opponent is doing the time sujis, maybe, where they're making fast moves on their clock, it's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to record my move and then make a move, in 40 seconds. So yeah. Your best games are when you read deepest at the ends. Yeah. Oh, totally understandable. I think if I understood something Alexis had said in the chat once, I think he said that he also likes that. Apologies if I misquoted him, but I think we were having this sort of discussion in a chat one of these weeks, and I think he said that. That playing untimed is his preferred way and the best way to learn, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. All right. I've had an awesome time tonight. Oh, hate to ask this question, but is the family supportive of my shogi journey? Yes. Well, yes. Yeah, my family is very supportive, regardless. But my kids are in college. My kids are in college right now, so they're in the dorm. I have two, and they're at the dorm now, so they're not home. So they're not home most of the time, and so they're going about with their studies. And then my wife is amazing, and she has stuff to do herself. So it does take a lot of time, but I something I've always, and maybe I don't want to be dismissive of people who say that they're always sort of swamped. I don't want to be dismissive of anyone else's situation, but I'm sort of a big believer that if you really want something or you really care about something, you can find, there are a lot of hours in the day. Even assuming you sleep 8 hours, 8 hours, which is a good idea, I would say. There are a lot of hours left over. There's a lot of hours that people find themselves, myself included, just sort of vegging out in front of Netflix or vegging out in front of shogi videos, or it's almost like and they're almost like entertainment at some point, watching sometimes when I find myself watching, now since I've been watching a bunch of Age videos, but like when he's playing on Shogi Wars, or if I'm watching a Manao video where she's playing on Shogi Wars, a lot of times those are kind of entertainment, especially since I don't understand the language. I'm trying to understand what's going on, but I'm also just kind of being amused and sort of vegging out a little bit more than I should. But, yeah, it's a hobby, it's a hobby. It's sort of a, it's a passion, and, I don't know, that's just how it is. Are you struggling with that? Because, I know a couple chess players who have said that their significant other is not so happy. What do they call it? Not too original, but like, chess widows kind of thing. I think they call it that. So I don't know. And keep in mind, this is the first time that that I'll be traveling for a tournament. This is the first time I'll be traveling for shogi. So yeah, down to an hour a night or so. Yeah, that's good. An hour a night is good. That's a good amount of time. I think like, I have to believe that an hour a night, a consistent, some consistent amount, is going to lead to improvement. Up to a certain level, and if some of those showdowns I've talked to are any indication, you can certainly hit showdown at that. From what I've been told. Obviously, I have not hit it, so I don't know. But yeah, it's good. Also, those times we go to the east, so like every Sunday morning, my family, or my wife often will come with me, because it's at this great coffee shop. It's a beautiful drive. It's a great coffee shop, like a great coffee shop, and she can do her work, there. So that's good. My daughter, who goes to university, near us, will often come home for the weekends, and then she'll often come with us to this coffee shop where where I play shogi, because she just recently started getting into coffee, and then she'll do her homework there, or if it's like during the break, she'll do play on the Nintendo Switch or something like that. So yeah, but anyway. I'm going to keep, it's already been over 3. It's more than I want. I was hoping to do, just a light-ish stream. So, we got some good games in. Thank you so much to Gus One for that game. Thank you to my Shogi Club 24 opponents. The first 2, I gave you some free rating points, so you should be thanking me. The third one, I think, gave me a little bit of rating points, so I guess I'll thank them. And then that's it. I'm tomorrow I will be streaming. I'll be streaming one final pre-tournament stream. It's probably going to be very light. Excuse me. It might be Shogi Wars, since I won't be doing Friday night. Since I won't be doing like the Fast Shogi Friday stuff on Shogi Wars. Maybe I'll do some Shogi Wars, just some fun Shogi Wars tomorrow, and just keep it light, because I don't want to start stressing about the tournament or anything like that. So that's the plan. And then Friday night, I have no idea what to expect. Maybe we'll just be playing all through the night. I'll try to make update streams throughout the weekend, but I don't know what to expect. So we'll see. Play it by ear. But tonight has been awesome. Tonight has been so fun for me, and thank you so much to everyone who came, and followed and just discussed, and this Shogi community is something. I swear it's incredible. But I'll let you go. I will see you tomorrow and on the Discord, and enjoy your Shogi games, enjoy your Shogi studies, enjoy the Tsume. It's just have a great time with it. Thanks so much. Take care. Good night. Bye.